Mga kapuso, kamusta ang naging takbo ng pamumuhay nyo ngayong 2011? Bumagal din ba tulad ng pag-usad ng ekonomiya ng Pilipinas? Sinasabi po kasi maraming bagay ang naging dahilan nito tulad ng pagtitipid umano ng gobyerno at ang paghina ng ekonomiya ng mga malalaking bansa. Pero ano kaya ang overall assessment ng ating resident analyst sa naging takbo ng ating ekonomiya at magiging mas maganda na nga kaya ang kondisyon ng pamumuhay ng mga Pinoy sa taong 2012? Yan po ang pag-uusapan natin kasama syempre si Professor Winnie Monson. Good morning, Tita Winnie.
Good morning, Pia.
Good
morning, mga kapuso. Alam nyo, whether it's this country or any other country, there are three main objectives of any macroeconomy. Number one, output. Number two, employment. And number three, price stability. So, titignan natin, output. Ayan ang GDP ang pinag-uusapan natin, mga kapuso. So, yung ating GDP growth rate, alam nyo kung babatayin natin ang success ng ating performance ng economy natin because of GDP, on the basis of the Philippine Development Plan, yung government plan, talagang medyo lagpak. Because ang target ng Philippine Development Plan natin is 7 to 8% a year. And ang ating GDP this year, for sure, is going to be less than 4%. Okay? All right. Now, kung babatayin naman natin with respect to other countries in the region, bagsak na naman tayo because ang ating GDP growth rate on the average is less than the Asian, yung emerging economies. Okay. Now, let's talk about employment. Good news, mga kapuso, because in the October 2011, yung tinatawag na Labor Force Survey, nagkaroon tayo ng 2 million additional jobs in the economy. That's pretty darn good because in January, less than siguro 900,000, 300,000 lang yata ang na-create. Pero 2 million jobs, so that's very good. At saka, yung wage and salaried kasi, alam mo, miski may trabaho ka kung hindi maganda ang sweldo na ang sahod. Because alam nyo mga kapuso, yung employment natin, only 54% of those who are employed are wage and salaried. Yung mga farmers natin, hindi yung wage and salaried yung kita. So, that's another thing. Prices, we did all right also mga kapuso in terms of target ng ating ekonomiya. Sabi nila, gusto nila at most 5% ang inflation rate, general inflation rate, it's going to be less than 5%. So that's it. That's as far as the economy is concerned. As far as the poor are concerned, I'm very happy about the conditional cash transfer program. I am not very happy about yung ginagawa natin at saka yung ating mga plano for emergencies. Nakita naman natin kung ano nangyari sa Sendong. So I think basta matuto ang ating gobyerno because alam niyo mga kapuso, we cannot afford to have an economy that is stumbling and bumbling too many times na yan. Hindi na pwede. At saka we cannot afford to have an economy that hindi pinababayaan ang mga mahihirap. So, sinasabi natin, maliit lang ang middle class. Well, let us at least concentrate on the mahihirap. And I think, overall, I will give the Aquino government, as far as the mahihirap is concerned, a high mark. But as far as the economy is concerned, low mark.
Well, we're hoping, dapat this year tataas na yung mark na yan sa pagpasok ng 2012. So, makakapanayan po natin dito sa studio si Undersecretary Jose Mari Oquiñena ng Presidential Communications Operations Office. Good morning, Yusek.
Good morning, Pia.
Good morning. At nasa linya rin ng ating telepono si National Economic and Development Authority Assistant Director Rupert Mahuka. Magandang umaga po, Assistant Director.
Good morning, everybody.
Good morning, Rupert. What did you think of my analysis, son?
Yes, let us ask Daneda.
Please tell me if you agree or disagree.
Disagree po, ma'am. Disagree po sa analysis niyo, ma'am.
Nako, disagree.
With all due respect.
Why is that po,
Happy
sir?
New Year, sweetie.
Sir, yung ating pong employment, alam niyo ho, for the entire year, nag-generate po tayo ng jobs ng 1.2 million for the entire year. That's more than the Philippine Development Plan's target of 1 million per year.
That's why I told you
pa po
passed.
yung ating employment target by 200,000. At saka po yung mga bilang ng mga walang trabaho, nabawasan po yan ng 239,000. In fact, for the entire year, bumaba yung, in fact, yung unemployment rate natin bumaba from 7.1% to 6.4%. That's a 0.5 percentage point difference po. Pati yung underemployment rate, bumaba din yan ng 0.5 percentage point. Kaya talaga ho yung employment rate natin, masaya ho kami at talagang nag-generate nga tayo ng 1.2 million jobs, more than the 1 million target of the Philippine Development Plan.
Absolutely. I congratulate you on that. Oo.
Opo, doon naman ho dun sa ating government expenditure and acceleration. Alam niyo ho yung mga numbers natin sa December, yung infrastructure and capital outlay, which has been a problem in the past quarters, has increased in November by 215.7%. At saka nag-increase na ho yan noong October ng 23.5%. So, I think that in the national income account for the fourth quarter, we will see a significant boost, a significant increase in the infrastructure, public construction outlays part, plus the public administration and defense part and government consumption part, because of the serious efforts of the government to really accelerate the spending with the disbursement acceleration plan at saka with all the other plans. In fact, we're thinking and we're...
Ano nangyari sa'yo?
Naputol? Alright.
Naputol. My goodness.
We'll try and get him back
sayang
on the
naman.
line.
Oo, no,
Kasi
no,
he's talking
but
about
that's
capital
true.
outlay
Basta ang
already.
gusto ko lang tanungin sana kay Rupert is, you know, have they gotten their target already of infrastructure? Kasi underspending ng underspending. Itong accelerated disbursement, it's about time. And I hope that this will continue in the next year.
Kasi-
But as I said, employment okay, prices okay, the
It's
growth
the
of the
other
economy
aspects
not good, and the attack on poverty, I think, is doing well.
Let's ask you, Sec, kasi alam po natin na syempre maraming kailangang aspetong tignan no, sa pag-unlad ng ekonomiya. For this year, ano ba yung target o focus ng gobyernong Aquino?
Well, with regards to the economy, hindi ako mas detalye kay Rupert. Pero gaya nga sabi nga ni Tito Winnie, there's a lot of things na dapat naman gawin. But I believe that the foundations have been set. No? For example, ang ginagawa po ng Pangulo natin, trying to put the right perspective sa mga tao na one, this is a process. No? So hindi naman to instant na overnight. Pangalawa, trying to clean the bureaucracy is very important. And kasi mababalik po yung tiwala ng mga tao sa gobyerno. And nakikita natin yung taas ng rating ng Pangulo natin. It shows that people are mature enough to understand na what he's trying to do. And because of that, mas dumadami yung pagtutulungan. And nakikita natin dito sa Sendong, no, na yung bayanihan and everything. So I think yung next year, alam naman natin yung survey na maganda po yung outlook ng mga tao for next year. I'm sure mas gaganda po yung takbo ng ating economy.
Alam mo, Iho, surveys and emotions are very, very fickle. Public opinion is very fickle. I do not think that you should, you know,
Base it
always
all on that.
base it all on
Yes,
that.
yes.
Because when those surveys go down, and they will, you know, then you're saying, oh yan, kasi masama ang ginawa niya. No, you cannot do that. Yung performance ng ekonomiya, batayan dapat sa what you set out for yourself to do. Period. Hindi ba? And sasabihin ko, again, sweetie, kasi bagito ito sa government. So I'm gonna be very kind
Bago
to it.
lipat sa gobyerno.
Yes. You know what? Pag sinasabi natin, you know, there's a process, it's very important. Dapat, yung mga planners natin, ilagay na nila yon. We are going to grow very slow in 2011 because we are putting in place a good process. Pero sila mismo nagsabi, target natin, 7 to 8%. Hindi naman pwede yun.
So,
Alright? So you be careful of what you set yourself out to do because I will judge you, not on what I think you should do, but on what you yourself have said.
On the goals that you have set. So,
I think what is also important, though I agree naman with Tita Winnie, but ang kailangan din natin makita that yung target, no? May nahabol po yung mga kasama natin sa gobyerno who are in charge of that area sa economy. And well, at least nandun yung drive. Yung
Of
drive
course.
Tatawini. Nandun yung, I know that service can go up and go down anytime. But sa ngayon, parang sinasabi natin na nakakatuwa lang dahil ang mga tao is having an open mind in all of this through the process. No?
So, do we expect na this year parang more of laying the groundwork, laying the foundation? Kasi we're also nearing na rin the halfway mark kahit papano of the Aquino administration.
Tama naman si Tita Winnie kanina na siguro ang kailangan natin lagi i-communicate sa mga tao na it's not that easy. That's why mayroong period na medyo slow pero bubulusok siya. Yung ganon, no?
Ang bigla na lang
so I
aangat.
think it's a collective effort of everybody to make everybody understand na the process. Tama naman. I mean, I agree na ganon. No?
2 points mga kapuso, hindi pa niya sinasabi pero sasabihin ko na, importante. This year and the following years, kailangan po magtulungan tayo. Hindi pwedeng ang gobyerno lang ang may kasalanan. Tayo rin may kasalanan. So we have to help in every way we can. Kasi bansa natin ito, this is the only country that we have. That does not mean that I am excusing the government.
Of course. We all have our responsibilities. I think we all have our responsibilities.
So importante, pagkita mo nga yung bagong
Yung
kwan para we can end the new year right.
Yes.
Kaya maganda yung segue ni Tita Winnie doon dito sa t-shirt ko. Last June 30, doon po sa first year anniversary ng presidente natin, inilunsad yung Pilipinas natin. It's a movement calling for volunteerism, calling for pagkakaisa. Kaya siya Pilipinas natin dahil gaya nga na sinabi kanina, atin lahat to, hindi to akin lang or kung sino lang nakaupo, but natin. And if you notice, the color po ito ng Pilipinas, Pilipinas, blue and white, no?
May significance niya, okay.
If you separate that, you say Pilipinas. We're saying that
Piliin ang Pilipinas.
Kasi po, Pia, dinidefine po namin na hindi dahil pinanganak ka sa Pilipinas, masasabi mong Pilipino ka. You have to carry the responsibility. It has to be a conscious decision to choose Pilipinas.
Yan ang ating resolution next year.
Yes, tayong lahat Huwag
Choose
nating
Pilipinas.
iasa lahat syempre sa gobyerno. Kailangan may gagawin din tayo. Sama-sama tayong lahat dyan. So maraming salamat po,
Thank you, Pia.
Undersecretary Jose Mari Oquiñena at syempre kay Maring Winnie Monson.
Oo,
As
see you
always.
next year.
Yes, see you next year.
Sinabi sa akin ng makeup artist kanina enjoy ako. See you next
See you
year.
next year. O, diba? Tapos pag nakita tayo next week, last year pa tayo huling nagkita. At maraming salamat din kay NADA Assistant Director Rupert Mahuka na nakapanayan po natin kanina. Maraming salamat po.
Yeah.
At ngayon po, oras na para sa unang balita.
I'm so sorry.
Ang mga unang balita sa umagang ito. Dalawa, patay sa sunog sa Las Piñas.